Yo, what's up everybody? What's up? What's up? I am back again with another video. JONAHTVRAW, another day at the studio. And also another eye-opening message. And this is a serious message, okay? I'm going to talk to you people about, don't let your weakness destroy you. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Don't let your weakness destroy you. Okay, and if your people have a pen and a paper, I want you to write the scriptures down. In a minute, your people already seen the scriptures. I'm in the book of 2 Corinthians, and in the 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 8 and 9. And I gotta say one more time, I'm in the 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 8 and 9. and this is what it says. It says, concerning this day I pleaded in the Lord 3 times, and that it might depart from me. And it said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength to be perfect in weakness. Therefore, though gladly I would rather both in my infirmity that the power of the Most High upon me. Okay. Once again, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8 through 9. Okay. For all your people who don't know, who were pleading to the Most High 3 times. That's Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul wrote the book of Corinthians. Okay. And the Apostle Paul have the books in the New Testament. Okay, but right here in the 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 8 and 9, we see the Apostle Paul pleading with the Lord 3 times that God would take this thing from him, because Paul had a weakness. Okay, he had a weakness. In the scriptures don't say what his weakness actually was. Well, if you stroll up to verse 7 in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and you stroll up to verse 7, you will see that Paul had a thorn in his flesh. And I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 7 is what it says. It says, at least I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of the revelations. A thorn in the flesh was given to me, and the messenger of Satan to buffet me, who is exalting above measure. Okay, so when you look at in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 7 through 9, Paul basically talking about the weakness and in his flesh. And then in verse 8 is pleading to God, and 3 times and God removes it. And then in verse 9 the Lord tells them, like grace is sufficient for you in my strength perfect in the weakness. Okay, now you're not just going to talk about the weaknesses. Okay, this is the very important. Y'all need to really hear this. Okay, if you are the kind of person or spiritual, you need to hear this. If you are the kind of person or not spiritual, you don't need to hear this, because you don't understand what that really means. Okay, I'm here to talk about the weakness. Okay, because many followers of the Most High men them, and I'm going to say all followers of the Most High follow them. Okay, and I'm not saying all the people have them, you know what I'm saying? And because all followers of God don't have them, then Satan, certain of God's followers had them, had a weakness. Majority of the followers of God have them. I'm talking about these weaknesses. In this message, I'm going to talk about don't let the weakness destroy you. Okay, because the Apostle Paul, he had a weakness, and we see it in the 2 Corinthians chapter 12 in verse 7, and we're in verse 7 to 9, and see his weakness. Okay, He had a weakness, and understand this. And this is the same brother that was strong in the Most High. Okay, that's the same brother who he had a relationship with the Most High. Okay, and that's the brother he bore in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And he down with the Most High all the way to the end. You know, that's the same brother who was on the grind for the kingdom of heaven. The Apostle Paul was not playing. Okay, this brother is serious. I'm down with Apostle Paul, you know. You know what I'm saying? Apostle Paul wrote in the New Testament, okay? And Testament, this brother was on it. He was really on it. He took care of business and take, you know what I'm saying? He take care of business in the kingdom of God, man. You know what I'm saying? He take this life most seriously, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And be honest with you, I don't know much about the Apostle Paul. I heard about it in the Bible, you know, I heard one in the video, you know what I'm saying? And Apostle Paul, you know, he had a relationship with the Most High, you know what I'm saying? He followed him all the way to the end, you know what I'm saying? And he do work for the Most High, you know. He wasn't afraid to speak truth, none of that stuff. And Apostle Paul got the job done. Okay, he doing it for seriously. Okay, but people don't discuss that the Apostle Paul had a weakness. They don't want to discuss that, you know. People don't want to talk about it. I guess people trying to cover this up, trying to look the man was perfect, you know what I'm saying? I hate when preachers do that, and I hate so-called the pagan Christians, you know, just hate that, you know, what Christians be doing, just hide everything up, and they just talk one thing about Apostle Paul being perfect, and that's it. They're not, you know what I'm saying, they're not even studying about how Apostle Paul really operates. I can't stand people, I can't stand so-called Christians and preachers and just don't want to be honest in anything, you know. You know, in the Bible, you see various Bible's victories, you know. That's kind of all people want to discuss, you know. The very same character had flaws, and it had issues, and sick issues. Some of the Bible character, you know, some of the issue is sickner the other person, and some of their weaknesses, and what's crazier than the other person, you know. There wasn't perfect people, you know, and people trying to cover up a false, you know, about Apostle Paul weakness, you know what I'm saying? People trying to cover that up, you know. I'm trying to explain things the best I can, you know, and, you know, most pagan Christians, man, they be covering up, talk about Apostle Paul weakness, you know what I'm saying? They're not really talking about this. I never heard nothing like this in church, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't have it. It's perfect, you know, but the man is not perfect, people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Apostle Paul is not perfect, you know. That's all I'm telling you. He's not perfect, but he's not perfect, just like us not perfect. You know what I'm saying? That was in the Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7 through 9. That Paul had a weakness, okay? Now, don't let your weakness destroy you, because many of you listen to this, you had a weakness, and some of your people, your weakness may be money. You know, you get money in your hand, it was gone. You just spending. You just shopper. You know, you shopaholic. You know what I'm saying? And it happened to me all the time. I be spending all my money, and I became a weakness. You know what I'm saying? And see, some other people, the weakness of food. You know, they're just over greedy. The greedy spirit may attack them too much and just can't keep their food balanced. You know, they always eat something and always eating, and that admitted the weakness. You know, some people weakness is a man for the majority of women. Like many of you women, your weakness is a man. If your weakness is not a man, your weakness is probably in your children, your family members, the whereas you're always around them, you're always doing for them, and you just can't move on and move on your own life and the purpose in God. You know what I'm saying? You can't even move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people you gotta worry about. You know what I'm saying? And your family are holding you back. Your kids holding you back, and your man is holding you back, and you can't really be what God wants you to be because your mind is constantly on your family and your man and your kids or your job. Some of your people mind is constantly on your job, and that's your weakness. That's your weakness. And for most men, we already know their weakness for women. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Majority of men, their weakness, they worry about women's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about all brothers. I'm talking about majority of brothers. The weakness is about women. It happened to me all the time. My weakness is women's, man. I be worrying about one of my girlfriends, one of my ex, you know what I'm saying? That's my weakness. It happened to me all the time, and I was living in Texas, That was my weakness. I be worrying about the women be cheating on me, and I always be checking on her. That's my weakness, It happened to me since 2009, And, but most brothers are none like that, you know what I'm saying? And most brothers don't have no time for women's, and their mind is in other things. There's nothing wrong with that. The majority of men today, and the majority of them today, their weakness is women. They're always follow to the trap to women's, you know what I'm saying, and they follow to the ditch with women's. They're always the wrong woman pregnant, always marry a woman, you know what I'm saying, and make babies, you know what I'm saying, and plant some seeds with the women and all that stuff, and they're in love, and you know what I'm saying, they're moving on in emotions and feelings, and that's their weakness. The majority of men, their weakness is women, you know what I'm saying. And you look at the Bible, and many great men of God fell of women, And David, he wanted them too, you know what I'm saying? The David in the Bible, the David and Goliath, he wanted them too, And David fell because of the women, And his lustful affairs for Bathsheba, that's his weakness. His weakness is a woman, David cursed his whole household because of the mess. Solomon was a brother who had over 1,200 women, in the palace. Was ridiculous, and that's Solomon, that's Solomon weakness, okay? Even Samson too, who had a weakness of a woman and with Delilah, and people already know the story about that. So the majority of brothers, their weakness is a woman, it's just the truth. And now when you look at, and you look at the brother like Joseph in the Bible, and Joseph, you look at a brother like Joseph in the Bible, and Joseph's weakness is not women. It wasn't, because Joseph, his brother was strong brother, and he was really to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of gifts in him, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't got no weakness for women, you know what I'm saying? He never had a woman, and he don't even think about getting him a woman, you know what I'm saying? Because he That brother, he focused on the Most High, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why that brother is so blessed, so blessed, so blessed, you know. His weakness is not women. If Joseph's weakness was women, then he not even had sex with Potiphar's wife, and he, you know, come on to him, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do it. So he refused, and she lied on them, and got him in prison, you know. It's just a big mess. So Joseph's weakness is not women. And you had a brother like Daniel. Daniel's weakness is not women either, because Daniel is not into all that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was a strong man of God, you know, and Daniel was on it, man, you know, and he do some, you know what I'm saying? And he followed God, you know what I'm saying, you know, and you know, he got a gift, he got a discerning, you know what I mean, and interpreting dreams and solving riddles, and you know, and then Daniel, it was the things of God, you know. I'm not saying all that, say this, everybody have a different weakness, you know what I'm saying, you know. I don't know what your weakness is. I don't know, you know what I'm saying. You know what your weakness is. I don't know nothing about you, you know what I'm saying, because I don't know who listen to my videos, you know what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people be listening to my videos. They know their own weakness. I don't know about your weakness. I know my weakness, you know what I'm saying. And another thing is that I'm telling you people, everybody don't have weakness in the kingdom of heaven. Like all of God's followers, like all of God's followers don't have weakness. You got some followers of Christ, you know, they have weakness, in, you know what I'm saying? And they got some people follow the Most High who have weakness, and they got some followers of the Most High who don't have weakness, you know what I'm saying? You know, they just go to higher levels in the Most High, you know what I'm saying? And most people go up higher and higher in the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Because most people, you know, they're going up higher and higher in God because they don't have weakness with women, you know what I'm saying, you know. And see, other people of the Most High, other people who claim they're walking with God, they have weakness about women, you know what I'm saying. Me personally, yeah, I have weakness with women sometimes, you know, not pretty that much, yes. You know, I be flirting with women, you know, I flirt with my baby mama's sister, of course I do, you know what I'm saying. That's what when she asks about me a lot though. That was my weakness, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie, my weakness, you know, and I worry about her sister be listening to my video. That was my weakness, you know what I'm saying, you know. But for you, listen to this, you know, if you have witness, don't let your witness destroy you, because they can, and Satan will use that against you, like he will. And Satan already know you had a weakness, and now you got to understand, and Satan be watching you all the time, you know what I'm saying. Satan be watching you since you was even born. That's the truth, brothers and sisters. That's the truth. Satan will watch you since you was even born. He watching you all these years. Satan knows what you like. He knows what kind of girls you like. Satan knows what kind of friends you like. Satan knows everything about you. I'm just being real honest. You know what I'm saying? He be stalking you, you know, and studying you. And Satan already knows that you had a weakness, you know. Seriously, he already knows. And I'm saying in order to say, don't let the weakness destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Some other people's had a weakness in bad characters, you know. Bad character mess. Their character was bad. They're just a mess. And some people had a weakness of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Man and a woman. Insecure. Some be secure. And some people have weakness, a low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? This, and some majority of people had a low self-esteem, to where they don't think highly of themselves, you know. And some people have weakness all kinds of ways out there, It's just the truth, And some other people have weakness to whereas they can't be being bold and speak for the Most High and just be honest and tell the truth, though, The majority of the follower of the Most High is kind of struggle with that. They can't be bored. They can't be taking stand. And they just can't do it. That's their weakness. They're too soft-hearted, Most people are cowards, man, They're afraid to taking a stand, They're so afraid they're taking a stand and speak truth what's really going on. That's their weakness, And see, majority of the people, they are soft-hearted, man. They're just being soft and too soft-hearted in the kingdom of heaven. Just like it's too nice. You're too soft-hearted, and you gotta understand. And you're walking with the Most High. You can't be too nice, and you can't be too soft-hearted, because Satan go around clean over you. You're just the truth. And I'm saying all that to say this once again. Don't let the witness destroy you, because it can, and Satan will turn against you. And for a minute, you got people who listen to this my message, man. Don't let the witness destroy you, because Satan, they can use that against you. This is real. This is real, man. I'm not doing videos to lie to you. This is real, man, because Satan, they will get to use that against you, man. Your weakness has already messed up your life mentally. Your weakness already put you in sick situation you don't even be in. And seriously, for example, some of you people have the weakness of men and women. You just marry anybody, and now your weakness to put you in a bad spot to whereas you're looking back of your life, what the hell was I'm thinking? What the hell was I'm doing? I couldn't be married anymore. And some of your people have the weakness for like jealousies. And some of your people have the weakness whereas you just get jealous for other people and you look nicer than you. Seriously, it's just the truth, Your people be shocked at some of the things that people really deal with in the day. Basically, you really be shocked. Some other people had the weakness of mind trap. Your mind is travels. Your mind just runs constantly towards to think about so much to whereas it's like you can't have a peace of mind in your life to where you just tuning down in your brain. You think about this, you think about that. Like every day you just thinking about all kinds of stuff. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's just immediately it's just like immediately while having peace. And you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that. You're able to handle that, because Satan will use that against you. He sure is. Satan to use that against you. This is real, man. That's you don't want that. You don't want Satan to use that against you. If you let Satan to use that against you, it's over, man. It's over, man. You're gonna wind up losing your mind, man, and you wind up being destroyed, man. Don't let that happen to you. Because Satan just, mess with your mind, run with your mind. Seriously, and that's why God used. That's the reason why the Most High using me to do this video, to open up your people's eyes. Because you never heard nothing like this in church. And a lot of things in your life that may be weakness in your life, because God give you the grace and the strength to fight back and destroy in God and overcome the stuff. If you're not, your weakness and being destroy you. And you can pray all day, you can read the scriptures all day. If you don't tarnish in these things, eventually it's going to be overtake you and destroy you mentally. It's just a God honest truth. Even the Bible says, the faith without works is dead. it's just a dead end. You know, you have to be aware, you know, of where your weakness is, because some people, you know, they're not really paying attention to all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they keep doing it, they keep making the crazy decisions in their lives. You know, they make a dumb choice and make crazy choices in their lives. You know, the crazy mess. You know, that may be your weakness. Seriously, some people, and some of your people, you know, and your weakness may be celebrities. You know, you're obsessed with celebrities. You're obsessed with rappers. You're obsessed with R&B singers. You know, seriously, you got obsessed. Some of your people, it's really preachers. You're obsessed with preachers. You're obsessed with preachers, and the preacher was wearing, and the preachers and preacher that, and you know what I'm saying? And some of y'all people be obsessed with rappers and singers, man. You know what I'm saying? Some other y'all people, you know, and being so successful, man. Hey, be careful, be careful, be careful, man. You know, and that's all I gotta be saying, man. You know, don't let your weakness destroy you, man, because Satan will use that against you hard, man. This is real, man. This is real. You gotta overcome it, man. You need to be strong, and you need to be aware, man. You know, so that's all I gotta be saying. It's your boy JONAHTVRAW, and I just had to give you all the truth for 26 minutes, man. You know, much love. I'm out. Peace.